tutorial is to go over how to add books that are not actually part of a curriculum course, but just separate as like a silent reading type session. So we are going to the library, and as the parent, you would assign this book to the student. So it's not really the student because the student doesn't have access really to the library. And once in the library, you could pick the book that you have your child reading. Again, it's not part of the normal courses. So I'm just going to use this one as the book. And we're just going to assign it out to one of the children. So I'm going to pick this one, Julia, and that's about it. Okay, so now that it's assigned to your child, we are going from the child's point of view to see what they see. So let's go to the student portals. And it's with Julia's portal that we need to see her books. And usually you can assign the books, like if they're just silent reading, it would be part of the general schedule. So if you had like silent reading time in her schedule, like right in here, if there was a scheduled, which I haven't created any for this demo, this would probably be the place that they would understand where they would have the time to read. And we go down here to the current reading log, it says. So right now I have not had any books logged in as a student, but let's look at her shelf. So right now the current shelf shows books that are connected to a course. So this is not her silent reading section. This is just strictly books connected to a course. Here is the section if she has a book checked out. So right here is her books that she's just reading, again, that is not connected to a course. Now, she doesn't have to see this, but that's just for her point of view if she wanted to see. Okay, so we're going to come up here. This is what your student needs to do to log books for reading. They would come here and they would click this little button here. And she could do this for both courses and for silent reading, but we're going to just do this for the one that we just checked out as a library book. And what we need to do is she needs to log the pages read today. So she just clicks this open and it will open in the center, and you don't want it to fully open. So you can tell your student not to fully open it, just to keep it like this. And we need to go to book title and just find the book that she's reading, and then the page range that she's read. So if she read pages 1 through 25, that's what she would put, and then she would click back out of the white box. Let's click right here. Okay, so now it's appearing here, and now she needs to look at this number where it says sum 25, and she needs to put it right here, input sum from page read. We're going to put that in here, 25. And what that does is it moves the reading progress right here to show how much she's read. Okay, I'm going to do it one more time because I want to show you where the sum changes. So she just clicks on it and say it's the next day. Continue. And we're going to put book title again, same thing. And then the page range this time is going to be, she probably read 26 through 50. That's 25 pages. Okay. So she has 25 pages, 25, and then here's the sum 50, and she just puts in 50 right there. And that, again, moves the progression bar even further. So that takes care of the reading log. And like I said, if you wanted her to log the books read for the course, books that are in courses, she could do the same thing. And it just logs it by today's date. And if you needed to sort it, you could sort it by the book title. You would just have to say book title. We could say sort it by book title. And that way all the books will be kept in order based on that. Now let's move on to the annotation notebook. If she was to use the annotation notebook, she would want to click on the template. So there's a sample here if you wanted to show her the sample, but here is the template for her to use. She opens that up and it says here, duplicate this template each time you want to use it. So before she duplicates it, she's just going to rename this. Oops. Sorry. So no, she's first going to duplicate it. So we want to go to these 3 dots up here and hit duplicate. And now she can rename this. We're going to rename it, going to call it that book, Keep Behind the Scenes, and put the authors, and we're going to put number 1. Okay, and now that is the copied version, and so that's the name of her title. And then she could use it however she wants here to fill out these little sections to answer the questions. There's vocabulary and phrases, and she can stretch these out. Like, we can make this longer if you need to. The words, the meanings. Okay. This one's probably, let's see, yeah, like that. Okay, and then right here is, if you click here, if your child wants to hear a word, they would just have to type it in, and then the word would appear. Let's just type in, it would say, it would do all these things, and then she could search for it and then just hit this audio, and it would say the word out loud. All right, and now we should go back to the tab. So she just closes that out, and she's back in her annotation notes thing. So now if she was to go back to the reading log, she just clicks right here. And if you wanted to see what happened to that annotation note, it is now right here. Now, say she's continuing and she's doing more notes for the same exact book. Instead of duplicating the template, she can actually duplicate the one that says a peek behind the scenes. So let's just say she wanted to do another page. So she would click on that page. It's going to open. And she's going to hit duplicate. So and then she just wants to erase all that and hit number 2. Now, I did say, I forgot, before she even duplicates number 2, okay, so moving on, now I'm going to show you, since she has completed her annotation notes, you as the parent have access to their reading log in your parent portal or the home page. So I'm going to go over to the home page. And so say I have to check to see what my daughter has done as far as reading. I would look for the reading logs right here, and it would bring up the main sessions. And so there's student log 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm looking for student 1's for the year 26-27. I just click on that. And then I can see what she has completed so far. And then I can also check her annotation notes by coming and clicking here in the toggled area right here. Okay, and so that takes care of how to add books from the library to your student portal, how to do a reading log session, and how to make sure to duplicate the annotation note guide and where that appears, and then as a parent what you would be seeing. Yes, and hopefully that answers your question and makes sense. Thanks so much for watching.